Hello, Aries, Sun, Moon, and Rising, and welcome to November. The new moon at 9 degrees in Scorpio happens in the 8th house and trines Saturn over in your 12th. You could be focused and communicating about intimacy issues with a close partner. There could be a renewal around deep levels of sharing and connecting with a partner behind closed doors, especially since the ruler of your sign is Mars, and Mars is in Cancer in your 4th house of home. It's the base of our chart where we hide away from the world, where we want to feel secure with a partner and with the people that we love. Because this moon is about new beginnings and it's also trining Saturn, you could be now and over the next 6 months be feeling more stable emotionally with your personal, intimate, and home life. You could be taking action now and over the next 6 months, possibly seeing a result to stabilize things with a partner if there have been difficult issues that you've been working on through that 8th house where a new beginning is happening. On a different note, you may be making these changes to your home, maybe even physically or buying one, as the 8th house can represent loans or inheritance, and the 12th house can represent our debts that we owe. And with Mars and Cancer in the 4th, maybe you're buying property or making changes and renovations to an existing home that you need a loan for, and Saturn in the 12th can help restrict the amount of debt that you would normally take on, which is actually very, very good. And ultimately, by the time of the full moon in Scorpio in 6 months, these changes could be leading to a more stable home or secure foundation, maybe even literally. If you're too young to own a home, maybe these changes are more like on an internal level, or you're moving apartments, for example, and that will give you a sense of home and well-being and belonging. And it could be like in a community that gives you this as well. I truly feel there is some deep healing happening around this new moon, especially if there's any wounds and like familial patterns or any trauma or, buried secrets or issues or problems within the family that you may have experienced. And I say healing any wounding in family because I see a late degree trine happening at the same time between Mercury, Neptune, and Mars. Mars is over there again in Cancer, as I mentioned before, in the 4th house of home, family, roots, our ancestors, motherhood, etc. And Mercury and Neptune are actually both healers in different ways, making a trine to this Mars. Mercury rules Virgo and Neptune rules Pisces. Both heal in different ways. Mercury rules Virgo, also Gemini, but it can heal through Virgo through like herbal medicine, communication therapy, traditional therapy, etc. Neptune and Pisces is more like divine healing, spiritual healing, healing through like music, art, or creations. For example, this theme is going to be very prominent for you as Mars is your ruler and will spend a lot of time in that 4th house until next spring. Coincidentally, when we also have the full moon in Scorpio. So again, I see a strong focus on those matters that I just mentioned, but also like a nice completion around them as well. Again, if this isn't about healing a deep wound or intimacy issues with a close partner or family, but I think it is because you do still have Chiron on your ascendant, sun, or moon, and then this 8th house activity that was really present last month. It could be work being done to move on from that. It could be work being done on a home or you having purchased land in another country, and the work or finalizing of contracts won't be done until next May. But again, it will bring some kind of long-term like well-being and stability for you on like a very deep, profound level. It could even be financial well-being from property investments that are being done now and can raise or increase the value of your home and land due to the physical changes that are happening now. On the 2nd of November, Mercury enters Sagittarius, your 9th house, but will enter retro shadow by November 8th. And due to this upcoming retrograde, it will spend several weeks up in that 9th house all the way till January 8th through the holidays, highlighting themes of travel, flying, good luck, and fortune. Mercury in that 9th is literally like moving, traveling, flying, good luck and fortune. Or it's also contracts. It's a contractual house. It is also a dharmic house where you actively increase good karma in this lifetime. You can also receive luck from the good deeds of your father as well. The 9th house also rules publishing and information that you take in and then share with the world, and therefore can be associated with broadcasting as well. The courts also fall here, legal issues, lawyers, doctors, learning foreign language, spiritual belief systems, gurus, religion. The second spouse, your in-laws, and grandchildren are also all covered by this 9th house, just to give you some topics to think of what will be in like high relief because we already have Venus here, Mercury's moving in, and then we're going to see the sun go into your Saggy 9th house on the 21st of November. Mercury is going to sextile Pluto. Pluto's in your 11th house. It's another luck house. So between the 9th and 11th, these are really great houses. So there can be significant mental, emotional communication breakthroughs. It could be around home and family, or with a significant partner or your children in creative projects, because Mars is also forming a trine with Mercury up here in your 9th house. Again, and if you do need to defend your loved ones or your beliefs or an issue that you care about, you can do so now and you can win. It's also a great time for debates and public speaking, especially if you have a public role, politics, maybe you're a board member to defend children's school politics or policies. That was very specific, so maybe that is somebody out there, public speaking, etc. On November 4th, Mars enters Leo. And oh, by the way, all these Saggy placements are trining your sun, moon, or ascendant, which is very beautiful for you. Mars enters Leo, another favorable sign, also trining you, even in retrograde. And this will happen in your 5th house of love, romance, joy, luck, fun, creativity, winning the lotto. And this will be here until January 6th. We'll head into shadow in retrograde in December. And then from January all the way until I believe April, it will go back into Cancer, your 4th house. So if I didn't mention it, you could plan a long adventure, long distance trip with Mercury and Sag in that 9th house, especially with your children, as Mars will be in that 5th. So that could be like you taking action, wanting to go, wanting to be active with your children, and that 9th house being emphasized as well. So travel with a love, somebody that you love or you're committed to. You could also be working hard on creative projects over the next few months, but I don't see it as frustrating for you because Mars is your ruler and is happy in a sign that trines yours in Leo, and it will be happier in that 5th house while you're doing these creative, actionable things. If you have children, they could be a little bit more spicy now, frustrated or energetic, wanting to gain independence more over the next several months. A good way to mitigate stuck Mars energy is to plan weekly physical activities, sign up for a winter gym membership that has a pool, as Mars will go back into Cancer. Local travel or in your neighborhood, do fun things weekly play dates if they're little, help them burn off excess energy. Enroll in winter sports for older teens is another example. Either way, your focus until next May will really be you making changes, and you're the one putting in the effort to your home, to your family, to your creative projects, your investments, or even a home-based business, but also psychological healing as well. On the 11th, Venus enters Capricorn in your 10th house of career, reputation, father figures until December 7th, giving you like a glow up in that career with a spotlight on you, even if at this time your focus is on home or love or children. You could be gaining recognition for previous creative projects or endeavors. You could be more attractive in the public eye or reputation glow up, new job offers, a new title. Father or figures or authority figures could be helping you out somehow or looking favorably upon you. If earlier you had dealt with any obstacles, this starts to become easier now, as Venus in your 10th will sextile over to Saturn, who rules the 10th house later this month, lending some stability in that 10th house career area, which is great. On the 15th, Saturn turns direct in Pisces, your 12th house of foreign shores, helping you come unstuck in matters of career because Saturn rules the 10th and is sitting over there in your 12th house. But also, if you were dealing with any debts, you can start to move forward with that. Say if you got, for an example, because your 10th house is being highlighted, you got a job offer with more money, and this can help you then reduce the debt that you owe in that 12th house. The 12th house is also a house of undoing behaviors, subconscious patterns, and you could be gaining mastery over these issues. You may be needing or desiring a stable companionship at this time with this Venus-Saturn sextile, and be showing loyalty in a serious partnership. And this sextile will start to take place through from the 18th through the 26th or so. If you meet somebody new, especially while working or networking, it could be someone more serious or with an age gap, as Saturn sextile Venus can represent definitely a gap in age, but also very serious, stable love. This could also be a project or something else that you're working on that will yield gains down the road or after you put some time and effort into. On the 15th, there's also full moon in Taurus at 24 degrees, conjunct Uranus, in your second house of self-worth, bank account, land. It's also your mouth, throat, the food that you eat, luxury goods, just to name a few things. But also the second house can represent immediate family. And since the moon rules your fourth house of home, there could be like sudden events or relationship upsets or family disputes, disturbed sleeping patterns. Your appetite can change. But the moon is getting support from Neptune and Pluto. And you can also just be more in tune with an intimate partner. Emotional sensitivity can be heightened and be getting a psychological boost or an ease of transformation in your emotions because of this like good flow of Neptune and Pluto. If anything difficult does come up or erupt in that second house of, immediate family, but also makes sense with the fourth house as well. Venus rules Taurus, your second house, and Venus also rules your seventh Libra house. Venus right now is transiting up in that 10th house of career. So this could be a sudden psychological and emotional transformation with ease around your reputation, a good new reputation. Just an example, maybe you get married and how you're known in the 10th house now is Mr. or Mrs., and that's a different title. You could also have a new job or work that gives you a better reputation, money, security, a better sense of self-worth, for example. On the 20th, Pluto enters Aquarius in your 11th luck house for the next 20 years and will sextile your sun, moon, or ascendant. I like this way better for you than Pluto and Capricorn. So this will trine your third house of communication, thoughts. The third house contains like a business that you build, self-made wealth, social media apps, your neighborhood, siblings. And then there'll also be another trine over to the seventh house of serious partnership in business and love and contracts. These are your air houses. So Aquarius in the 11th, Gemini in the 3rd, and Libra in the 7th. Creating a grand trine here. The 7th is, serious partnership in business and love and contracts. There could be big changes in your social groups, your networks, social movements, maybe that you spearhead or you develop a social movement with a partner. An IT business or an app or a communication project that you develop can take off and earn you like a life-changing sum of money as Pluto rules your 8th house. This can also happen with a close partner or somebody close to you that you partner up with. You could be investing in like IT stock, AI, tech, science, that maybe a childhood friend tips you off that can yield significant monetary gains over the next several years, putting you in, a much higher tax bracket. Absolutely, you can win the lotto with Pluto here in the 11th, and it wouldn't be a small amount. We're talking like multi-millions. Pluto doesn't rule small money. Pluto will oppose Mars in Leo at the same time, and this opposition can be felt now until the 18th, and then it will dissipate a little and fire back up again around the 19th of April next spring. There's a story and balancing act happening now between your 11th house of Aquarius and your 5th house of Leo. There could be power struggles with a large group over a creative project or internet project you're working on, but although Pluto opposite Mars is a clear indicator of aggression, but also large groups of people, the power of the people against the power of one. Take that as you will, but thankfully for you, both Leo and Aquarius trine and sextile you, so I think this will be much easier for you than other signs. This opposition may play out actually very well for you. So you could be fighting though, or maybe just struggling to create something that you love, especially if it's a project that you've long put on the back burner due to obligations to a larger network or to a love or children. You could be leaving old friend groups behind for powerful new ones to form. But at first it could be due to some painful falling out with a friend. It could be your love or children, that you feel are in a power struggle with you as you're trying to attain some very large life goals in that 11th house of your luck and dreams, large networks, humanitarian groups, etc. Last, you may be fighting for your individuality to stand out and to make your creative mark on the world. This could be also through having children. Mars in the 5th is a baby-making aspect as well, so watch out for that if you weren't planning for it. I forgot to mention that earlier. On the 21st, the sun enters Saggy, your 9th house. Again, we're hearing the Sagittarius story, this 9th house story. Immediately makes a sextile to Pluto, easing up any difficulty from that opposition between Pluto and Mars. And the help may come from a place of the higher mind, a breakthrough in your thoughts, advice from a guru or high-level therapist or a doctor, or just travel. Travel is an amazing way to break up a stagnant mind. On the 26th, Mercury goes full retro in Saggy at 22 degrees. So get ready and get your Christmas and tech gifts and your travel insurance if you're traveling early from November 6th to the 8th, because it goes into shadow right around those days. Make sure to purchase insurance for travel tickets. I mentioned that this is prime holiday season. Mercury in Sag represents travel and is in that 9th house of long distance travel and can create a little bit of mischief. But again, I don't think so much, because Sag trines you. You may be one of the lucky ones, Aries, at this time with all this crazy stuff happening out there in the world in November. If you purchase education courses, just another thing, make sure you keep the receipts, especially if it's for like a business to gain credentials for. Take care, Aries. We'll see you in December. And all in all, I do think November will be quite nice for you.